Now at 5, a new agriculture center opens its doors in Neosho. We're going to show you how it's shaping the future of hands-on learning. Plus 2, future doctors find both love and their dream residencies. See how Match Day brought this KCU couple one step closer to their future. And
President Trump's national security team gets a major shakeup. I'm Erica Brown at the White House with reaction to the changes in the West Wing.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Southwest Missouri School District is adding a bright and shining new facility for its FFA students. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. With that, Neosho School District has reason to celebrate today as the ribbon is cut on their new agricultural center. The 30,000 square foot facility, funded through the 2023 no-levy bond issue, will house 400 students grades 7 through 12. Officials say the facility provides not only more space for both students and teachers, but also gives students a chance to have a more interactive, hands-on learning experience. We're going to talk with one of the agriculture teachers who will be at the facility coming up on KOAM News at 6. Students at Northeast Tech's Afton campus got a powerful lesson today on the dangers of distracted and impaired driving. 2 mock crash drills, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, played out like a real emergency, complete with first responders, air evac, and Oklahoma Highway Patrol on the scene. The simulation gave students a first-hand look at just how quickly a bad decision could turn tragic. After the simulated crash, students visited safety booths and heard from officers and emergency workers about the reality they see every day.
It's very great that students can have the knowledge of seeing other stuff, like these wrecks, just being around it, like seeing it, realizing that it's real and this bad stuff can happen.
The event was meant to drive home a simple message: stay alert, stay sober, and stay alive behind the wheel. The national deadline to get your real ID is coming soon, starting on May 7th. If you don't have a real ID, you might not be able to access certain government buildings. According to the Missouri Department of Revenue, only 49% of drivers in the state have real ID. In April, Arkansas and Oklahoma were also still below 50%. By comparison, 85% of Kansas residents have their real IDs. In some states, it's at or near 100%. Depending on how you plan to travel, you might want to get yours.
And the reason that you do need a real ID is if you're going to be flying on a commercial flight, or if you're going to go into a federal courthouse or visit a military base or nuclear power plant, then you're going to need that real ID to gain access or to get on a domestic flight here in the United States.
The Missouri Department of Revenue says it takes 7 to 10 days to get a real ID. They recommend starting the process as soon as possible if you do plan to catch a flight anytime soon. Match Day is a big day for medical students where they find out where they're going to start their residency program. 2 engaged medical students were lucky enough to match into the program of their dreams just 50 minutes away from each other in Michigan. The pair came to KCU Joplin for an education and found even more. And the pair will embark on their journey to residency this July.
Over the moon. It's hard not to be excited for a future in orthopedics and excited for my fiance here, soon to be wife, 16 days away.
Yeah, you can see that he gave a little, yeah, let's go. They're both excited. We're happy for them. KOAM's Melissa Alexis is going to have more on this couple's story for us tonight at 6. Right now, though, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good Thursday for us today, but more rain chances in the forecast. These are going to sneak in late tonight, so you can see our chances go up. Here's 5 a.m., 7 a.m., and then they'll start to trail off as we go into the afternoon hours. We still have flood warnings out there just due to the heavy amounts of rain along the creeks and streams down through northeastern parts of Oklahoma, but not much for us right now. We've had a couple little sprinkles up towards Stockton, but if we look out toward the west, here's our next little chunk of rain. It's way out there. It's in southeastern parts of Colorado, but it will head toward us as we go through the overnight hours. Evening's going to be dry. Most of tonight's going to be dry. Showers and thunderstorms a little bit loud once again late tonight into Friday morning. We're going to look at this and your weekend forecast here in just a bit.
All right, I'll catch you in a few. President Trump's going to be looking for a new person to lead his national security team, with National Security Advisor Mike Waltz leaving to take up a new position. Erica Brown has more details for us from the White House.
National Security Advisor Mike Waltz briefly greeted reporters Thursday morning at the White House, shortly after the news broke he was leaving his post.
If Mike's leaving, that's the president's decision, and we support that.
President Trump posted on social media, "I am pleased to announce that I will be nominating Mike Waltz to be the next United States ambassador to the United Nations." Waltz came under fire in March when he inadvertently included a reporter in a group chat on the messaging app Signal, in which Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth discussed sensitive military details about a planned strike on Houthi rebels in Yemen.
Pete Hegseth, who's doing a fantastic job. Pete, thank you.
President Trump acknowledged Hegseth during an event in the Rose Garden Thursday and maintains he's standing by the defense secretary, who has also faced backlash for disclosing sensitive details in the chat.
This administration has already shown that they're incapable of nominating people for these very important roles who are actually qualified to do the job.
President Trump says Secretary of State Marco Rubio will temporarily assume the duties of National Security Advisor. The change comes as the White House works to broker a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine and bring Iran to the table to talk about its nuclear program. Waltz sent a message to Iran Thursday morning just before his change in job status.
Iran needs to get the message that it can be a responsible country, that the President of the United States wants peace. He's ready to make a deal, and that it cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Secretary Hegseth issued a strong warning to Iran about its support of the Houthi rebels, saying on social media, "You will pay the consequence at the time and place of our choosing." Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
An administration source familiar with the talks tells CBS News they expect another round of talks with Iran in the near future. Still ahead, a new study shows Ozempic's active ingredient could help treat liver disease. We're going to break down the findings, and a life-saving kidney donation brings two young women together. Their incredible story of hope and healing. The story's next in Health Watch.
$2.96 a bag, and Blue Bunny Premium $2.86 each. And it's all at Food for Less, Joplin, Springfield. Download My Hometown Rewards app through Google Play or Apple App Store for digital coupons not available anywhere else.
All-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
Gary Allan in concert. Gary Allan live. Saturday, July 19th, live in the Outdoor Summer Concert Series stage at Kansas Crossing Casino. Get tickets now at kansascrossingcasino.com. Don't miss Gary Allan live.
Here in the Ozarks, spring has arrived with new sights, sounds, and stories to share. And at America's #1 theme park, something brand new is blooming. Introducing Silver Dollar City's Spring Exposition, where authentic American traditions come alive with music, cultural flavors, and adventure. Silver Dollar City, the heart of the Ozarks.
Topping today's Health Watch, there's new evidence that drugs used by millions to treat diabetes and obesity could also benefit people with a certain type of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease known as MASH. Researchers found about 2/3 of patients had a reduction in liver inflammation, and about 1/3 had improvement in liver scarring when treated with semaglutide, the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder discussed the breakthrough on CBS Morning News.
Up until now, we haven't had a specific FDA-approved treatment for this condition. It's estimated that about 17 million Americans have MASH, or again, this fatty liver disease. 1 in 5 adults who have this kind of fat infiltration of the liver. And so this is something we can be giving that will prevent these longer-term consequences, the damage to the liver.
Novo Nordisk, which funded the study, tells CBS News it's asking the FDA for accelerated approval to prescribe the drugs for liver disease, which could come as soon as 6 months. The findings were published in the New England Journal of Medicine. The number of teens using nicotine pouches is skyrocketing. A study by the University of Southern California found in just a year, teen use of the easily concealed packets of nicotine nearly doubled. Influencers on social media have helped boost the popularity of nicotine pouches by claiming they help with confidence, masculinity, and mental sharpness. A special introduction at Temple Hospital. Transplant patients who are now part of each other had the opportunity to meet in person. Stephanie Stahl was there for the big moment.
So nice to meet you.
Strangers with a special connection meeting for the first time at Temple Hospital.
So awesome. I don't even know what to say.
17-year-old Evelyn Bautista in white now has one of Megan Bosak's kidneys.
I feel good. I feel great.
Really? So her kidney's doing okay?
Yeah.
21-year-old Megan had something called nutcracker syndrome, compression of a vein to the kidney that disrupts blood flow and causes pain. The New York paralegal came to Temple, where Dr. Kenneth Chavin is renowned for treating the condition. For Megan, removing one of her 2 kidneys cured her.
I just thought I have a perfectly healthy kidney. I could give someone else a completely new chance at life.
Megan is called an altruistic donor, not knowing where her donated kidney would go.
They are able to have that miracle of donating and transforming someone's life.
Doctors say kidney donors are carefully screened and selected and then can go on to live healthy, normal lives.
I feel much better.
And so does Evelyn, a high school senior with congenital kidney failure who'd been living on dialysis until the transplant April 7th.
I'm gonna cry right now, but I'm trying to hold it back. She gave me an opportunity of life. It means a lot to me.
They brought gifts for each other, discovering another connection.
I don't know how you knew, but these are my favorite chocolate. Those are my favorite.
Their new motto now on a pillow that says, "Girls with one kidney have more fun."
So you're going to be new best friends?
Yes, of course.
Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, the U.S. economy takes a step back to start 2025. What's behind the slowdown and where consumers are still spending?
And of course, we have more rain chances. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a pretty good Thursday for us today. We got the sun to return. Partly sunny skies, warmed up quite a bit, mid to upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Couple random little isolated sprinkles over the past couple hours, kind of scooting through southwestern Missouri. But overall, we are looking pretty good. But we do have more showers, more thunderstorms building out across southeastern Colorado, down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. And of course, that's heading our direction later on tonight. But the evening looks fine, besides a couple random little sprinkles. Temperatures slowly drop back. The clouds increase. We're going to stop. Here's 3:30 in the morning. Showers and a few thunderstorms increasing in our western counties, southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. These press east. Here's 5 a.m. So it could be a little loud late tonight, but non-severe thunderstorms. So we don't have to worry about that. Showers and thunderstorms continue to press through. Here's 7 a.m. Hit and miss showers, so it is going to be a wet start on your Friday, and then we start to dry out a little bit during the afternoon. Still a couple little isolated guys, but overall not too bad once we get into the afternoon hours. Thankfully, the rain not near as heavy as what we have seen this week. Heaviest along and south of I-44, maybe a quarter, maybe a half an inch, but we still have those flood warnings in effect due to the very heavy amounts of rain that we've seen this week. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Temperatures are great, anywhere from 73 in Stockton, 75 in Anderson, Veneta 77, 75 in Chanute. Through the evening, slow drop, 70s, 60s. We only bottom out near 58, 60 degrees later on tonight. Let's go into the weekend. So again, we have those isolated showers Friday evening. We clear out. It is going to cool down a little bit more for the weekend, but the weekend's going to be dry and it's going to be fairly nice. Upper 40s to start your Saturday. As we go through the day, plenty of sunshine, no complaints, 66, 67 for an afternoon high. As we go into Saturday evening, again, kind of chilly. We drop back into the low to mid 40s, and then on Sunday, we warm right back up into the mid 60s. All right, day planner on Friday. Morning showers, a lot of clouds, isolated thunderstorm late, high temp of 70. Let's go into the weekend. Looks pretty good. 66 on Saturday, 67 on Sunday. Chilly nights, but at least you can get outside, mow, do whatever you need to do as we get pretty good temperatures. Heading into next week, it's kind of interesting. The system moving through tonight becomes a cutoff low, meaning it's cut off from the main flow of the jet. So it just sits here, it has nothing to push it along. At the same time, we have another storm system moving into the Rockies. If this guy can become a little weaker, this system will move in a little bit more. If it happens, we're going to get a severe threat once again next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But if it hangs out across the Rockies, we're just going to see scattered showers and thunderstorms. So a lot to watch as we go into especially the second half of next week. Let's go 70 tomorrow, 66 Saturday, 67 on Sunday, and then those thunderstorm chances increasing again Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. But at least we get several days to dry out because boy, do we need it.
Yes, it's kind of squishy out there at the
very
moment.
Very squishy, yes.
See what we can do with some sunny days. Thanks, Doug. Coming up, looking for a safe car for your teen? Well, CBS News is going to break down this year's top vehicle picks for new drivers. Some start under $5,000.
Yes, also yes.
Topping today's Consumer Watch, the U.S. economy contracted for the first time in 3 years, first time since the COVID-19 pandemic. The U.S. economy hit reverse in the first quarter of 2025. The gross domestic product shrank at an annual rate of 0.3%. Economists say the drop in government spending due to DOGE cuts and businesses rushing to stockpile goods before the president's tariff policies take effect played a role. President Trump is blaming his predecessor. One bright spot, a separate report showed that consumer spending jumped 0.7% in March over last year. Between 1.8 and 2.8 million new drivers hit the roads every year. A new list from Consumer Reports and the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety highlights the safest vehicles for inexperienced drivers at a range of price points. Reporter Chris Van Cleve explains some of the features to consider.
The annual rankings identify vehicles at 3 price points. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety and Consumer Reports rate as safe for newly licensed drivers. 74 models under $10,000. Another 48 come with automatic emergency braking and highly rated headlights that can be found for under $20,000. A third, pricier batch includes 22 new 2025 vehicles equipped with the latest crash prevention and safety technology, including a seatbelt reminder.
It's a really important thing for teens because we know teens are less likely to buckle up.
IIHS Senior VP Jessica Jermakian.
Parents should be looking to buy as much safety as they can afford. We're looking for vehicles that will protect the teen in the event of a crash and also help them prevent the crash in the first place.
The vehicles range from small sedans to large cars, small and medium-sized SUVs, and minivans, with all earning good crash ratings from IIHS.
Not on the list, particularly small cars, especially large SUVs and trucks, sports cars, and even EVs, because they can be very powerful and get going very quickly, which may not be right for a young teen driver. We have put the entire list, all 100 plus, at cbsnews.com. Vehicles starting as low as $4,400 on the used market. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Franklin, Tennessee.
The IIHS says parents should also model safe driving habits for their children. Around 500 Trader Joe's sesame miso salads with salmon have been recalled. The Food and Drug Administration says some of the prepackaged salads mistakenly contain Parmesan crumbles instead of crispy onions, which could cause a reaction for people with severe milk allergies. The recalled salads were sold in 18 states with use by dates of April 28th and 29th. A final check of the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, the U.S. fertility rate is near a record low. A reason is the number of young couples deciding not to have children. Eye on America looks at what's behind their choice. Then on KOAM News at 6, a tractor trailer hauling snack cakes rolls over near Carthage. What caused that crash and who responded? Plus, students in Joplin get a hands-on lesson in church history. And Missouri Southern softball faces Central Missouri in the quarterfinals of the MIAA tournament. Those stories and a lot more coming up on KOAM News at 6. Sheriff's Department SWAT team brought smiles to a children's hospital in the community of Highlands Ranch, Colorado by doing this. Look at this, rappelling down the building dressed as superheroes. The visit gave patients and families a chance to meet their favorite heroes up close. The event aimed to lift spirits and bring joy to some young patients facing tough challenges. Superheroes all around in this case.
Kids always like superheroes, even adults.
Exactly. A lot of people never outgrow superheroes. The weather looking a bit more heroic in the coming days.
Yeah, we are going to get scattered thunderstorms, non-severe storms late tonight into Friday morning, but a little bit loud out there, but we dry out just in time for the weekend.
Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 6. Let's make it a great evening.